so it's a little dewy. Down south, they'll be, you have to throw them back, but up here, because we've got them in 30 metres of water, barra trauma, so we've kept them, knock them off. So in under the fin, I don't even worry about scaling because I don't knock the skin off. Take it up to top of the bone of the head, right, and under the fin, just under that fin there. What we'll do is keep the knife flat and then run the knife down the backbone. And make sure you're not poking the knife through the other side of the backbone. You can see the backbone's there. You can run it all the way down. Nice flat knife. Through the vent there, flat knife again, doesn't come through. Not too badly, left a bit of meat there, but cool. Work it down over the ridges of the backbone, and now we come through the other side. Up here we're going to work through the lateral line bones, we can cut them out later. Now I'm going to work over the ribs, just gently, don't rush it. There's the ribs there, see those over them? That's a butterfly. That's belly meat, it's a bit fatty, so we can use that for bait later. I'll just cut them down here, and there's our fillet. Not too bad, I left a little bit of meat there, but it's good. Cool, alright.
I didn't realise how big of a fillet would get.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Well. Skin's the easy bit. Flat board, flat knife. Start from the tail end. Just in a little bit, making sure you keep the knife nice and flat. And then just grip onto the skin while holding the knife on an angle, basically. And then you can just scissor both your knife and whilst pulling the skin, making sure that the angle of the knife is down a little bit. And there you go, all the skin comes off, so it's just skin, a nice clean fillet, perfectly skinned.
Right, and do we have to cut any more things out of it?
You can feel along, like I've left a rib bone here, that's the only one, so we can pull that one out. Okay. There is some lateral line bones that go down through here, I can feel them. And so they're big enough that we can easily pick them out, but other smaller fish like bream or whatever you might want to, they might cook out. But yeah, I think we'll just leave them for the time being. We can just take them out when we cook the fillet. There's just some fatty bits around the fillet, you know, so we could just take them off along the backbone. Usually got a little bit, you can see that bit there, so they're easy to come off. You can just quickly cut them plain. Just take the lateral line bones out, so a lateral line helps them to, you can feel there's some bones just in here, so we just need to feel where they are and then you can just cut them out, it's all pretty easy. I think I've left a little bit of a rib in there as well, can take that out. Go through, and there's a little bit of a rib, we'll just take them out. There's one more here. Yep. Cool. So you do lose a little bit of fillet, but it saves the kids whinging about getting bones in their dinner. But otherwise, if you don't mind, then you can just eat around them. But it's just easier. Cool. 2 chunky bits of fillet. Anyway, we've prepared a bit of a spice mix. Look, just commercial spices. My favourite Moroccan seasoning. Also chuck a bit of chicken salt in, and if you've got some, a little bit of lemon pepper. I mean, you could use any of these individually, but mixing up is pretty good. So the fish that we've cut, I've already stripped the bones out in nice fillets and got it into, I guess, good even sized pieces. Just a bit of pat dry to make sure there's no significant moisture on it. So I'll quickly do that. Just helps if there's any moisture. Just gets it off so that there's no excess moisture when you're cooking. The most important part about cooking fish, just like any meal, is making sure you've got a hot prepared barbecue. And also, I'm fastidious making sure that it's nice and clean, because otherwise it can just carry the flavours from meals that you cooked in the past. So I always keep my barbecue reasonably well oiled, and then make sure cleaned up after every use. So this is already going. So you don't want it smoking hot, but you just want it hot so that whenever you put something on it, it's going to sizzle nicely. We've got a couple of thicker bits here, so we're going to put them on first, let them sizzle down for a few minutes before we do the other ones. But generally, a piece of fish, it's only about 1.5 centimetres thick. You really only need about, 2 to 3 minutes each side, if that. So well oil the hot plate. Turn around, you can see it's just smoking slightly, so I've turned it down to low. Too smoking. We'll pick a couple of these thicker bits and then get them going first. So when you place it down, it should be sizzling just nicely. These bits of fish were already skinned them. So if you did have skin on, then you put their skin down first, so you get a nice crispy skin. But I mostly like my fish fairly clean and devoid of skin and bones. And a thick bit here, I'll put that on too. Oh, the rest of these bits won't take too long at all. Alright, we'll come back in a couple of minutes and turn these over and get these ones on as well. The Aussie gecko. They get in the house, they're pains in the ass. Alright, so back to the barbecue. I've had the temperature turned up a little bit just to regulate the heat. So let's say we want a nice hot barbecue, well oiled. So these thicker bits have been on for probably about 3.5 to 4 minutes. I put these other thinner bits on about 2.5 minutes ago. We'll turn the whole lot over now and then let it cook through for about another 2 to 3 minutes. Just regulating the temperature, make sure that it stays hot but is not steaming too much. So alright, so let's get these turned over. Let's start here first. Let's see. There you go, after those herbs and spices have just crusted up nicely, and you can see that just the flesh starting to go nice and white, and from that opaque colour. So we're back at it now. Fish has been on a second go for about probably 3 minutes. I just turned the temperature down because it's starting a bit hot, so now we'll serve up. Let's have a look. Alright, so it's looking pretty good. Turn it over. Not too bad at all. Whoop, fell apart. Nice, healthy looking fish. Can't complain with that. Delicious. Alright, thanks for watching.